limo. Give a round of applause for that vehicle right there. I always love seeing that thing around town. Right now, we are about ready to get rocking and rolling with our first heat race of the night. Going to be your Power I Midwest Modifieds. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know how they line up. On the pole, going to be the 27 of Terry Williams into his outside, the 23 of Mark Simon. Row number 2 is going to be the 57D of Dalton Roberts into his outside, the double OT of Trenton Brookshire. Row 3 on the inside, going to be the 4C of Braden Connor on his outside, the 4 of Caleb Rhodes. Row 4 going to be the 8K of Tyler Cadunston down to the bottom side on his outside, the 28D of Dylan Dampier. The second annual Bill Ragland Memorial is officially underway, ladies and gentlemen. Heat race number 1, rolling around the track to roll in that moisture. Terry Williams, Mark Simon on that front row of heat number 1. But you got some heavy hitters in there. You can't count out Rhodes, Connor, or Cadunston. Cadunston, I just got corrected. I'm just kidding. Hey, we're glad you guys finally made it. Go ahead and have a seat wherever you'd like. They're going right to the top of the bleachers. How are you, buddy? We got these drivers stacked and packed, bumper to bumper, door to door. Heat number 1 in your Power. 1 to go from the starter stand. Williams, Simon, Roberts, Brookshire, Connor, Rhodes, Cadunston, Dampier, going to be that 4th and final row. Down the backstretch, we're going to go for the first time here tonight. Down into turn number 3, going to come out of turn number 4. Green cone, green flag. We're going to hustle on down to the 1 and 2. Mark Simon's going to jump out of the early race lead. Look at him. Oh, Roberts gets sideways. We got a parking lot. Everybody's going to roll away except for the 28D of Dylan Dampier. That is going to be Brookshire. Roberts going to be run number 2. Down the back stretch into 3. We're going to try this again. Out at turn number 4. Green flag is up and out and in the air. Down to 1 and 2. Mark Simon's going to lead him on in. Oh, look out. Roberts kind of got into the front side of Brookshire. Send him top side. Here comes the 8K of Tyler Cadunston as we go down into turn number 3 out of 4. It is all the 23 of Mark Simon, Terry Williams, Cadunston, and Roberts going to battle out there for that number 3 spot. As Brookshire is shuffled on back towards the back part of the field, Mark Simon's out front with a good little lead. Still got a door-to-door battle for that number 3 spot between Cadunston and Roberts as they go down the front stretch. We're going to hustle out of turn 2 with your race. 23 of Mark Simon, Terry Williams going to be sitting in no man's land all by his lonesome in 2nd. Cadunston going to get up and around the 57D of Roberts into that number 3 spot. The battle for 5th is underway between Brookshire and Connor as Mark Simon says see ya, bye-bye. He's going to be all by himself like a chess club president on prom night as he goes down into turn 1 and 2. We've kind of got space in between each car, single filed out right now as they come out of turn number 4. It is Mark Simon, Terry Williams, Tyler Cadouston, Dalton Roberts, Trenton Brookshire, Dylan Dampier, and Braden Connor. Look out, Dampier goes around in 2. Dampier spins it around in turn number 2, bringing out the second caution of the night here at the second annual bid. As we got a green-white checkered. Out of turn 4, Simon leads them up high. We're going to stop on the loud pedal. Cadouston got a good start there, as he's going to be up into that number 2 spot. Now Trenton Brookshire trying to get around the 57D on the outside, as Simon, Cadouston, and Williams going to go down to the bottom side. White flag, one more trip around. Williams kind of holding up traffic as Brookshire going to go to the top shelf. Try to run it around as you've got them 3 deep. Time to sell it cheap out of through down the backstretch. Oh, almost a little bit of contact there. Checkered flag for the 23 of Mark Simon, Tyler Cadouston, and Terry Williams. Your top 3. All right, rolling out, going to be heat number 2 of the night. On the pole, going to be the 09 of Austin Beam, and his outside, the 43 of Jamie Petty. Row number 2 on the inside, going to be the 87 of Aaron Odell, and his outside, ladies and gentlemen, the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Row number 3, going to be the 16A of Shannon Geller, into his outside, the opportunist, the 65 of Trent Wynn. And our fourth and final row, going to be the 83 of J.C. Newell, into his outside, the 44R of Randall Cushing. Lights are off down the backstretch. We're going to go into 3. Bean Petty on that front row for heat number 2. They're going to hit that green cone. Green flag. Nope, just kidding. Back it down, gentlemen. Back it down. Here we go, we're going to try it again. We're going to hurry up and shut the lights off. Stack them and pack them back up, bumper to bumper, door to door. Green flag going to be up and out and in the air. Right down to turn 1 and 2. Jamie Petty's got the race lead. Beam slides way up the hill. Everybody's going to cross over as Beam's going to shuffle all the way back. Down through 3 and 4. This is the 43 of Jamie Petty, but here comes the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Trent Wynn's going to be there as well. Trent Wynn coming from 6th. Now he's in a 3-car battle for the race lead as they come out of 2. Win, see ya, bye-bye. He's into that number 1 spot. J.C. Newell stuck back there battling out with Shannon Geller, trying to get some running room, as it is going to be Trent Wynn, Oakley Ragland, and J.C. Newell, your top 3. Look out, Geller comes around. Petty comes around. Hold on. Holy Dr. Phil. So the third caution of the night coming out as Geller and Petty kind of made a little contact going into 1, and they both decided to take a ride on the tilt-a-whirl. Drivers did a good job avoiding that. Race sits, it is Trent Wynn out front. Oakley Ragland, J.C. Newell at your top. Petty down. Or Austin Beam up, and Randall Cushing going to be at the backside. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. Wind's going to lead them on into turn 3 and 4. Green flag going to be up and out, and we're back underway. J.C. Newell got a great job right there with Oakley Ragland. He's not going to back it down. Throws the slide job. Newell going to go to the top side of the back stretch down into turn 3. As Trent Wynn trying to get as much separation between him and the rest of the field. As Ragland bobbles, and that's going to let Newell and Geller come around. Out of turn 4. Tried to take a shortcut, didn't work, as it is. Oakley Ragland come back up into that top 3. Randall Cushing lap traffic. This one coming out for the 09. Out of turn 4, we're going to be back to green flag racing. Trent Wynn. Front of the 16 again, taking Petty to follow. So we're going to go down the back stretch and into 3. Wow, through the turn, everybody come on. Teenage Machine. Odd man out, looking into the top 3. Is there any Up next, going to be heat number 3, ladies and gentlemen. On the pole, going to be the 64 of Pete Gots to go Richardson, and his outside, the 38 of Ian Morissette. Row 3, going to be the 28 of Wesley Briggs, on his outside, the 00 of Matt Brookshire, and riding shotgun all by his lonesome in row number 4, the 79A of the Animal, Cody Arnett. Cody Arnett did elect to go tailback, ladies and gentlemen. We got 7 cars, 8 laps going to be the difference. As you got Morissette and Richardson on that front row, out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be up and out and in the air. Down to 1 and 2, they're going to rock and roll. It is still a door-to-door battle all the way through the field. I was able to talk to Cody Arnett before the heat race. He's having some motor issues, but he's going to give it everything she's got. As we come out of turn 4, lap 1, going to go to the 64, Pete Richardson. Newell and Morissette going to battle out back there, going into 3 for the number 2 spot. Matt Brookshire going to be sitting there in 4th, as Richardson's going to hold on to another lap. Arnett closing the gap there on Smythe and Briggs. He might have some engine trouble, but he's starting to gain some momentum. As Pete Richardson's up front, Dayton Newell going to be sitting in 2nd. The 38 of Ian Morissette going to be in 3rd. Matt Brookshire 4th. Ryan Smythe 5th. Wesley Briggs 6th. And Cody Arnett going to be back there in that number 7 spot as we are single file. Look out! Smythe smacks the starter tire. And that's going to bring out the 5th caution of the night. So Ryan Smythe moved our starting cone about 3 foot forward. Ryan, you're not supposed to do that. All right, somebody go move the tire back 1.5 feet. So it is Pete Richardson out front. He's been in charge since the drop of green, the man with the plan. Dayton Newell going to be in the number 2 spot. Ian Morissette, that's your top 3, followed in by Matt Brookshire, Wesley Briggs, Cody Arnett, and Ryan Smythe.
Coming to the line, gentlemen, lights going down, green next time. To the line, lights going down, green next time.
See why everybody else is on the attack, on the hunt, and on the prowl. Cody Arnett's just patiently waiting. He waited perfectly fine. Ryan Smythe messed up, and he capitalized. Now we're going to try it again. Lights are off. Down into 3. We're going to fill the work on in, led in by the 64 of Pete Richardson. They're going to hit that green cone. Green flag going to be in the air. As we're going to go down to 1 and 2. It is Pete Richardson. Morissette going to go top shelf and do the high side hustle all the way around the speedway as he's got her hooked up. Brookshire, look out! Brookshire bottled it, almost chopped the nose off of Smythe. Cody Arnett was able to get on the brakes. We're clean and green as we're going to go down through 3 and 4 with the race leader, the 64 of Richardson, but he's got that 38 of Ian Morissette. He's got her hooking on the top side as he's going to be hooking and booking down around the back stretch. Briggs up and around the double O-M of Matt Brookshire. Out of turn number 4 is Checkers or Wreckers time. Richardson, Morissette, and Newell, your top 3. Down the back stretch, they're going to go for the final time as we come out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag for the 64, Pete Richardson. Ian Morissette 2nd and Dayton Newell 3rd. Fourth and final heat race for your Midwest Modifieds. It'll be the 7W Wesley Breedlove on the pole. And on his outside, the 12X of Darren Bird. Row number 2 going to be the 7C of Derek Cook. And the 55 of Adriel Shepard. Row number 3 going to be the 17 of Garrett Parker into his outside, the 14 of John Newell. And riding shotgun all by his lonesome, the 77 of Zach Willis. Ladies and gentlemen, lights are off. 1 to go from the starter stand. Down the back stretch, Breedlove and Burt going to be on that front row. Cook and Shepard, row number 2. Parker, Newell, and Willis. Green flag going to be up and out and in the air. Slides the middle, Burt goes around, look out! Oh, man! So, caution number 6 of the night for the 12X of Darren Burt. After Darren is officially wearing his brown suit right now. I see what you did there, Wesley. You didn't want to drive all the way around the track, so you just spun out on purpose. So Wesley Breedlove, Derek Cook now going to be on that front row. Adriel Shepard, Garrett Parker, row 2. And then it'll be Newell and Willis, followed in by Burt. Here we go, lights are off. Out of turn number 4, Breedlove Cook, green flag is in the air. Well, a little bit of contact between Newell and Burt, but we're going to stay clean and green as we all are going to make it through 1 and 2 and hustle on down the back stretch. Wesley Breedlove going to be out for, whoa, down a little too low goes Wesley. Derek Cook throws a slide or a crossover. Oh my Lord, there's guys sliding everywhere in this heat race. Derek Cook going to be out to that race lead. Wesley Breedlove's second. Adriel Shepard sitting in third, but then you got Parker, Willis, and Burt right behind that 55, all battling it out. As Cook's trying to hold on to the race lead. Willis now up into the number 4 spot. He'll bring Darren Burt with him as Parker's going to shuffle back into 6th. Derek Cook, your race leader. Wesley Breedlove. Now Zach Willis trying to run down that 55 of Adriel Shepard. Oh, Breedlove spins around. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Caution number 7 of the night. So the 7W Wesley Breedlove decided to take a ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl coming out of turn 2, and he definitely did not go wee. I think he went more like ooh. There might have been some other words in there, but I can't say them. Nicholas, you look cold. Are you cold, Nicholas? Mr. Bradshaw, are you cold? Oh, he said I'm number 1. I love you too. Oh. Wesley Breedlove seems to be having some trouble. All right, so 3 laps completed, 5 to go. Derek Cook out front by his lonesome. Out of turn 4, green flag going to be in the air. We're going to be down through 1 and 2. Breedlove. Oh, look out, the 14 of John Newell goes around. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So caution number 8 of the night, this time coming out for the 14 of John Newell. right, sorry about that, folks. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back up and rolling as the 7C of Derek Cook's going to lead one down into 3. And for the 77 of Zach Willis up into 2nd. Burt up to 5th behind the 55 of Adriel Shepard. Breedlove right behind him. As Shepard slides up high, Burt's going to capitalize down the bottom side. Going to get into that number 3 spot. The 77 of Willis trying to run down that 7C of Derek Cook. As Adriel Shepard trying to get back that number 3 spot. Wesley Breedlove sits right there in front of the 17 of Garrett Parker. As the battle for the race lead is about to be underway, as Cook gets a good run off of 4 down the front stretch. We're going to have 2 to go. Adriel Shepard now back up into 3rd, as Darren Burt's going to have to hustle on down the backstretch on the top side. Coming out of turn number 4, you're going to see the white flag, 1 to go for the 7C of Derek Cook. And John Newell loops it around. And he's going to yellow. Race is over. Derek Cook takes the win. Zach Willis, Adriel Shepard, your top 3. So as we lay some moisture down on the track, I forgot to do something, guys. I was just so excited about the Bill Ragland Memorial, and you guys are looking a little cold, so this is going to help warm us up. I need everybody to follow Marilyn and put both hands way, way up. Sparky, get your hands up. Get your hands up, Sparky. Both hands. Nick, you too. Everybody, both hands. Everybody in attendance. Come on. We do this every Friday night. Everybody, both hands way, way up. Keith, you do it too. All right, now everybody lean to the left. Now lean to the right. Now shake it all about. Keith, you're not shaking it. Oh, you are? There are children here. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, next weekend, Les Hayes Memorial, added money to Pure Stocks, and it is our championship night. Here we go with our first and only heat of Powerized Super Stocks. It's going to be the 56 of Mark Davis on the pole, the 53 of Danny O'Neill to his outside. The X221 of Nursing Home Jerry Brown on the inside of row number 2, and the 10 of Jody Rombig on row 2 on the outside. Row number 3. Going to be the 2A of Ace O'Neill on to his outside, the 11 of Derek Brown. Moisture that was laid down, and then after that we're going to get set to go. 8 laps going to be the distance here for your Powerized Super Stocks. Racing for $515, ladies and gentlemen. $515 is what these Super Stock boys are going to be racing for tonight. here we go. We're going to snug it up, bumper to bumper, door to door. 6 cars, 8 trips around the mighty Midway here in Lebanon, Missouri. Lights are off. Down the back stretch they go at a snail's pace. Mark Davis, Danny O'Neill on that front row as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is up and out and in the air. Well, Jerry Brown got a good jump as he's going to be right to the back bumper of Mark Davis, but here comes that 11 of Derek Brown. Down into 3 to still Mark Davis, your race leader. Jerry Brown down on the bottom side. Danny O'Neill comes back over into the number 2 spot as O'Neill's got her set up on the top side of the speedway. Brown going to be back on the bottom side as he's going to battle it back. Mark Davis holding on to that number 1 spot, but he's got a battle back behind him. Uh-oh, Derek Brown off the power. Derek Brown off the power. Not sure what happened, but the 11 car is going pit side. As they come out of turn number 4, it is going to be Mark Davis, Danny O'Neill, Jerry Brown, your top 3. Top 3 single file, but right now the battle is back here for 4th and 5th between Ace O'Neill and Jody Romig. I'm not for sure how to say that last name, so we're going to wing it all night long. I'll probably pronounce it 6 different ways until I get it right. Mark Davis a full straightaway lead right now. As Jerry Brown trying to get back up and around the 53 of Danny O'Neill as they're going to be battling out for 2nd and 3rd. Romig and O'Neill still battling for 4th and 5th. White flag going to be in the air for the 56 of Mark Davis. Down the backstretch, Jerry Brown's got the number 2 spot as they come out of turn 4. Checkered flag for the 56 of Mark Davis. And Danny O'Neill going to take 2nd, Jerry Brown 3rd.
All right, nice run, gentlemen, nice run. 56, 53, X at the scale.
Ooh, look at this. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, going to be Heat 1 for your Power IB mods. We're going to lay some moisture down on the track before they roll out, but I'm going to go ahead and read the starting lineup for Heat number 1 Power IB mods. On the pole, going to be the 65 of Mr. J2 himself, Chris Jackson. And on his outside, the 55G of Luke Gideon. Row number 2 going to be the 5C of Brian Cook, and on his outside, the 77 of Jeremy Hazel. Row 3 going to be the 30 of Rex Harris and the 16M of the Batman, Brian Myers. Row 4, you got the 55K of Terry Kirk and the 68 of Donnie Betts. And our 5th and final row for Heat number 1, all by his lonesome, going to be the 49 of Mason Roden. gonna. What is? We got a pier stock on the track. We haven't ran pier stock feature or heat races yet. So, it appears that Justin McDowell was given the wrong information. He thought he was up. He's not. So, he's going to go ahead and exit the track. And we're going to get heat 1 for your B-mods rocking and rolling. Chris Jackson, Luke Gideon on that front row. Brian Cook, Jeremy Hazel, row number 2 as we're going to fill the work on down into turn number 3. Green flag going to be in the air. And Jackson going to be out to an early race lead as they're going to, whoa, look out, we got them 3 wide, multiple fields coming down the back stretch. As we go down through 3 and 4, it is Chris Jackson, now Rex Harris and Luke Gideon, your top 3. Terry Kirk playing defense back there in that number 6 spot. Cook trying to get the top side working for him as Jeremy Hazel's going to be up into the number 4 spot. But Brian Cook not going to give up. He's going to hammer back down as he's going to be in the number 4 spot down the back stretch. Your top 3 single file down around the bottom side of the speedway. Brian Cook on the top shelf gets into 4th, 3 wide down the front stretch into turn 1. As you got them slicing and dicing. Whoa, look out. Kirk chopped the nose off of Hazel. Brian Myers going to be up in the number 5 spot. It is Chris Jackson, your leader. Rex Harris, Luke Gideon, your top 3. Brian Cook, Brian Myers, Terry Kirk, followed in by Donnie Best, Jeremy Hazel, and Mason Roden. Look out, Mason Roden goes around, and he kills it. Yellow, yellow, yellow. The 10th caution of the night. This time it's coming out in your Power Eye B-Mod class. Chris Jackson out front of that new ride. We're going to give Rex Harris the choice, top or bottom. He's going to go to the bottom side. It's going to put Luke Gideon up on the top shelf. Brian Cook down, Brian Myers high. That's the top 5, followed in by Terry Kirk, Donnie Best, Jeremy Hazel, and Mason Roden. 1 to go from the starter stand. As we're going to shut the lights off. Down the back stretch, bumper to bumper, door to door we go. Fill the work on into turn number 3. Green flag is out and in the air. As we're going to hustle on down to 1 and 2. It is still Chris Jackson, your leader. Look at them all clustered up together. Everybody's going to make it through clean and clear. As we come out of turn 4, it is Jackson, Harris, Gideon, Brian Myers in 4th, Cook in 5th. As Brian Myers trying to get the top side working, not going to get it to stick through 1 and 2. As you got them 3 wide back here for 5th between Kirk, Betts, and Cook. Chris Jackson trying to get as much separation between him and the 30 of Rex Harris. As Luke Gideon holds on to that top three. Brian Myers still sits in fourth. White flag. One more trip around for Mr. J2 himself. Brian Myers might have found something. Oh, look out. Mason Roden goes up. Almost clips the wall. Brings her back down. Out of four. Checkered flag for the 65 of Chris Jackson. Rex Harris, Luke Gideon, your top three. That's going to wrap up heat one. Up next is going to be heat number two. Starting on the pole, going to be the 51 of Michael Stake, and his outside the 5 of Robert White. Row number 2 is going to be the 343 of Joshua Gerber, and his outside the 2 of Eric Graves. Row 3 is going to be the 07 of Jordan Goddard and the 14C of Cody Crabtree. And our fourth and final row for the second and final heat race in your BMA is going to be the 55 of Kyle Lafferty and the 86 of Jeff Albright. Here we go out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be in the air. The 51 Michael Stake looks good. Robert White going to be right there to the outside. Here comes the 2 of Eric Graves as Crabtree was off the power. Oh, look out! There goes the tire. Everybody's going to be clean and clear. We got a road tire running through the infield. As it yellow for the 14C of Cody Crabtree. Going to be the 11th caution of the night. Caution number 11 of the night. So I think somebody's got an issue with that tire because they legit just took them right out of the race. All right, race fans, here we go. Lights are off. Delaware double file restart. They're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Keith, the flag man's going to do the jig. As we go down into turn 3, Robert White going to be your race leader out of 4. So they started a little early. If you look down there in turn 4, you see that green tire with the green cone on it? That's the start zone. You're not supposed to start or stomp on the loud pedal till you get to that cone. Robert White got a little antsy and started before the cone. Okay, he started a lot before the cone, but it's okay because nobody got hurt, and we're just going to stack them back up, shut the lights off, and try again. Is that Jeff Ayers I see? It is Jeff. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Jeff. All right, here we go. Down into 3. They're going to go coming out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be up and out and in the air. Second, Albright third, Goddard fourth. As we come out of turn 4, you got a 3 wide down here for the number 4 spot between Graves, Goddard, and Lafferty. Look at them slicing and dicing. As we come out of turn number 4, your race leader, the 5 of Robert White. Michael Stake, Jeff Albright, your top 3. Eric Graves sits in second, Kyle Lafferty in 5th. single file through most of the field. The battle is back here for that number 6 spot between Crabtree and Lafferty. Goddard sits back here at the back part of the field. And the 343 rounds out the entire field as Robert White, still your race leader. As lap traffic about to become an issue as we come out of turn number 4, we're going to see the white flag, 1 to go. For the 5 of Robert White. Down the backstretch for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag for the 5 of Robert White. Michael Stake, Jeff Albright, your top 3. All right, now it's time for some pure stock pandemonium. Heat number 1 rolling out on the track, going to be the 32 of Richard Adams on the pole. And his outside, the 12 of Greg Dykstra. Number 2 going to be the 5 of Justin McDowell, and the 71 of Chris Tonoli. Number 3 going to be the 18 of Dalton Bell, and the 21 of Carson Groniger. Row 4 going to be the 23 of Mark Simon, and the 25 of Aaron Riggs. And row number 5 going to be the 14 of Derek Davis. Down at turn 4, green flag for some pure stock pandemonium as we're going to hustle on down to the 1 and 2. Richard Adams going to be your race leader. Here comes the 71 of Tonoli. He's going to make it a 3-wide battle as he goes right to the back bumper. Out of turn number 4, lap 1, going to go to the 12 of Greg Dykstra. Richard Adams going to be sitting in the second spot. Oh, Adams slides up the hill. Tonoli gives him a shot to the shorts. As we're playing a little bit of bumper cars now you know why I said pure stock pandemonium. As you got the whole field all bumper to bumper, door to door. Adams moves into first, Dykstra back to second, but Dykstra going to stick it on the top shelf and let her eat. As Dykstra going to make it 3, almost 4 wide down the backstretch. Dykstra's going to say, I'm going to slingshot her up into that number 1 spot. Carson Groniger going to loop it around over there in turn 2 for the 12th caution of the night. Run, Simon, run. Uh-oh. You better go. You better hustle. Oh, well, they're not even stacked back up. Oh, okay. Green flag is in the air. As Carson Groniger's all over the track coming out of turn 4. And Richard Adams, whoa, we got... Something happened to the 12 of Greg Dykstra as he is dead in the water, braining out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. The 13th caution of the night. Well, Chris Tonoli going to be your race leader in the Delaware double file restart. Greg Dykstra broke, tough break for him. 3 laps down, 5 to go. Mark Simon going to be sitting in second. Richard Adams third. Aaron Riggs fourth. Derek Davis fifth. And Carson Groniger going to round out the field. 9 cars started. 6 remaining. starting to stand. We're going to shut the lights off. We're going to try it again. We got 4 down, 4 to go. So our first heat race here in the pure stock pandemonium class. See what I mean by it was pure pandemonium in this pure stock class? Down to the 3, led in by the 32 of Richard Adams out of 22. Up next, going to be heat number 2 for your Power Ride Pure Stock Pandemonium class. Up next, we got 24, Taylor Ellington on the front row goal, and the lead outside of the 42 of Chad Nivens. The number 2 going to be the 9 of Mike Piercy, the lead outside of the 19 Trenton Houston. The number 3 going to be the 174 of Ned Lamping, who's outside the 0 of James Reed, is before the final road into the 20. Taking it down the 42 of Sean Woodley. So the 15th caution of the night coming out for the 4G of Shane Headley as he took a ride on the tilt-the-world down there in turn 4. So we got them stacked back up. Trevor Ellington, your race leader. Derek Lampy, second. Heading it now. Sitting in third. Trent Houston, Chad Nivens. After this race, my 6 pole dash drivers need to pull out onto the track and come to the front stretch. Inside, 24 Terry Owens in your race leader, leading the bow there, Glampy. Tim Houston and Chad Nivens are top 5. There you go, single file restart. No passing until the green flag comes out. 5 down, 3 to go. And green flag goes down. Alright, so Derek Brown's going to come out and make some laps around the track. We're going to water. I need my pole dash dry. Okay, so our first driver, our highest in passing points is the 65 of Trent Wynn. He's going to pick his frisbee. Hurry! Number 3, the 8K of Tyler Knudsen is going to be our second pick. Going to be the number 2. Alright. Now the 83 of JC Newell going to be our third pick. Number 1. The 77 of Zach Willis going to be our fourth pick. Number 6. The 7C of Derek Cook going to be our fifth pick. Number 4. And then Mark Simon will have the last frisbee as he comes out onto the track. So Mark Simon going to get himself up out the car, and he's going to pick the last frisbee in this pole dash. Number 5. So that will set the lineup for this pole dash. 6 laps, gonna be the distance. Alright, you got all this open space and you hit the one light pole on the front stretch. Featured drivers, you need to be in staging. Winner of this race gets $100. Guy in second gets $50. 6 laps going to be your distance. JC Rule, Power to upspin. Tripling there, Doug, Mark Simon, and Zach Will is going to be 6 laps dash for cash. Here at the second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. Down the back stretch they're going to go as we shut the lights off. The flag man's going to get jiggy with it as we go down into turn number 3. Down at turn number 4. Hey, young lady, calm down. Second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. Gonna be the 83 of J.C. Newell, who's $100 richer. All right, now listen, instead of saying cheese, you need to say spaghetti. No, Josh, Oakley blinked. I seen it. Oakley blinked. You got to take it again. So congratulations to J.C. Newell on picking up a $100 paycheck and a cardboard cutout. Cody on it. The 14 of John Newell riding shotgun is going to be the fool of Caleb Rhodes in row number 5. Arnett and Newell row 4, and Rhodes going to be back there by his lonesome in row number 5. So we got this B feature and then another B feature. And then we're going to take a little intermission break. And then we're going to get started with our feature events of the night. So we're going to stack them on up, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Keller going to be out front on the pole. Darren Bird going to be to his outside. So we're going to get the one that goes from the start stand. We're going to snuggle up, bumper to bumper, door to door. Lights are off. Down the back stretch. We're going to go 8 laps to lead the distance. Keep the flag man's going to do the jig. Geller and Burn on the front row. They're going to hit the green cone. Here we go. runs out the field. Only the top 4 are moving on. There we go, lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. We got the one to go from the start. Stretch everybody itching to get into that 8 later tonight. Out of turn number 5 Midwest Modified. The second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. And here's how they're going to line up. On the pole, we're going to 28 at Wesley Briggs. And on his outside, the W3 at Trenton Brookshire. Row number 2, going to be the 7W at Wesley Briggs, and the 57B at Dalton Roberts. Row 3, going to be the 83R of Ryan Smythe. And his outside, Row 4, again, top four gonna move on to tonight's $1,515 main event. The biggest payout for the Midwest Modified class in the state of Missouri. Lights are off. We're stacked. Bumper to bumper, door to door. And we're going to come down the back stretch. The end of three are going to come out of turn number 4.
Hey guys, this is our last B feature here. Sorry for the audio difficulties tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show anyway. Hopefully we'll get those fixed and ready to go for next weekend. Appreciate you all watching, and I'll let you get back to the races here.
Is the cone good? Do we need to call paramedics for the cone? Oh, he's checking on the cone right now. Yep, cone's good. The cone is good, ladies and gentlemen. The cone is okay. That's my bad, guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw that one out there. That's my bad. Top four moving on to the main event. Out of turn number 4. Right rear decided to go monster trucking. Alright, one more time just in case you didn't hear me. Lisa Briggs to the pit shack office immediately, please. Per Carolyn. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. Wesley Briggs knows he's going down to turn 3. Now Okay, when I said we got chunks missing, let me rephrase that. We got a whole half of a car missing. Ryan Smythe the half of his car is hanging on by a thread right now. Like, I mean, a good swift 5 mile an hour wind and poof, it's gonna be on the ground. Oh, this.
Hey guys, one last time, wanted to appreciate everybody for watching tonight. Sorry about the audio from the announcer. We'll get that fixed, and hopefully we'll have her fixed here before the feature races. But appreciate you guys watching, and hope you have a good night.
I can see these shoes, they're untied right now, that's dangerous. Give a round of applause for the I Love Hot Moms limo. Gonna be our official pace car here tonight. for the second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. As we roll in a little bit of moisture that was found at the top side of turn 1. Here we go. Event here at the mighty Midway Lebanon Speedway for the second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. One to go from the starter's stand. $15 laps going to be the distance here for your Power Ice Super Stocks as we're going to go on down the back stretch. Mark Davis, Danny O'Neill going to be on the front row. Jerry Brown, Jody Romig, row 2. Ace O'Neill, Derek Brown, row 3. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is in the air and it's time to hammer down. Got down at a 1 and 2. Derek Brown going to pick up the daily double 2-for-1 special as he's going to pick off 2 spots in one go. They're going to come out of turn number 4. Lap 1 going to go to Mark Davis, Danny O'Neill, Jerry Brown, your top 3. Mark Davis still your race leader. Danny O'Neill in second. Jerry Brown holds on to third, but he's got Derek Brown right down on the bottom side. The 2 Browns are going to be going at it. Wait a minute. Derek Brown, Jerry Brown, both last name Brown, both driving a white super stock. Talk about interesting. Down the back stretch, Derek Brown going to have a spot into that number 3. Danny O'Neill trying to get around on the top side as you got a new race leader. The 53 of Danny O'Neill going to be cooking and booking on the top side of the speedway as he dances with the devil in the pale moonlight. Down the back stretch, he's going to go. Mark Davis still staying down to the bottom side. Derek Brown going to move up. Uh-oh, Brown, Jerry Brown off the power. Jerry Brown off the power. Bringing out a yellow, the first yellow of this feature. I'm not a certified mechanic, but I've been around cars enough to know that is not good. Tough break for downtown Jerry Brown. Jerry, hop on while it's moving. They're just going to leave you. All right, here we go. 1 to go from the starter stand. Lights are off. Lights are off. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Danny O'Neill going to lead them on in out of 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Mark Davis got a good jump on that start as they're going to go down the back stretch and into turn 3 and 4. Derek Brown going to be sitting back there in third. Out of turn 4, Danny O'Neill going to hold on to the race lead. Derek Brown going to follow your leader around the top side of the speedway as they're going to be almost 3 wide as they come out of 2 down the back stretch. Derek Brown going to try to squeeze around. O'Neill starting to open up the gap. As Derek Brown going to be up into that number 2 spot. Mark Davis going to be sitting there in third. But right now the leader going to be the 53 of Danny O'Neill. But Derek Brown's coming to call on the bottom side of the speedway as they come out of turn number 4. You got a new race leader, the 11 of Derek Brown. Good run off of 2 down the back stretch for the 53 of Danny O'Neill. Coming out of turn number 4. Oh, nose to nose. Too hard to call there. As Derek O'Neill got a good, or Derek Brown got a good kneel over O'Neill out of 2. Coming out of turn 4. Derek Brown opened it up to about a car and a half lead. Down the back stretch, your race leader, the 11 of Derek Brown, is going to lead them out of turn number 4. Going to see 2 laps this time by. Danny O'Neill going to be sitting in third. Mark Davis. Danny O'Neill sitting in second. Mark Davis sitting in third. As we come out of turn number 4, we're going to see the white flag. Checkers are record. For the final time, down on the 1 and 2 goes the 11 of Derek Brown. Mark Davis the back bumper. Out of turn number 4, we're going to see the checkered flag, the 11 of Derek Brown. Danny O'Neill second. And Mark Davis third. So down there in Lazy Lee's one stop number 4 victory lane. Going to be our first feature winner of the night here at the second annual Bill Ragland Memorial. Make some noise for your Super Stock feature winner, the 11, Derek Brown. So as we lay the moisture down on the track, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the Pace limo come back out again. Hey everybody, it's the Popo, be cool. He has no idea where I'm at either. That's what makes it great. Turn around. Look up. Hey, how are you? But coming out onto the track, we're going to have our official Pace limo for the night. It's going to be the I Love Hot Moms limo. As you can see it right there pulling out on the top of turn 3. And it's going to be followed in by our Power Eye B-Mod feature event. And here's how the lineup's going to go on the pole. Going to be the 5 of Robert White. And to his outside, going to be the 30 of Rex Harris. Row number 2, going to be the 65 of Chris Jackson. And to his outside, the 86 of Jeff Albright. Row number 3, going to be the 51 of Michael Stake. And the 55G of Luke Gideon. Row 4, you got the 16M of the Batman, Brian Myers. And to his outside, the 2 of Eric Graves. Row number 5, going to be the 55K of Terry Kirk. And the 55 of Kyle Lafferty. Row 6 on the inside, the 77 of Jeremy Hazel. And to his outside, the 14C of Cody Crabtree. Row 7 going to be the 5C of Brian Cook and the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Row 8, the 68 of Donnie Betts to the inside and the 49 of Mason Roden. And our 9th and final row going to be the 343 of Joshua Gerber. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Modifieds at Midway. We're going to rock and roll down to the 1 and 2. Robert White kind of got bobbled back. Jackson. Oh, Gideon's off the power. They're going to be 3 wide. Multiple rows back here. Oh, Jackson goes around down to the bottom. We got one into the wall. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Chris Jackson down to the bottom of 3 and 4, and somebody's up on the top side of 3, making out with the wall. We're going to snug them up like a bug in a rug. Into 3 out of turn 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, a little bit of contact back here at the back part of the field. Oh, more contact. Good Lord. Lots of contact. Oh, my gosh. Yellow, 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 yellow. Mason Roden, Chris Jackson, Donnie Betts, Cook, they were all getting together. All right, lights are off. We're going to try this one more time. Third time's the charm, right? Oh! Green flag out of turn 4. Oh, Betts and Cook still getting together. As Chris Jackson going to make quick work of them. They're still playing bumper cars back here at the back part of the field. Jackson, man on the move. As we're going to go down through 3 and 4, everybody going to be clean and clear. Robert White going to have the race lead. Oh, Brian Myers up and no, wait a minute. Yellow, 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 yellow. So we got Brian Myers and it looks like Eric Graves tied up together. Donnie Betts down here. I don't know what happened there. Kyle Lafferty took a shortcut through. Here we go, single file restart. Robert White going to be your race leader. 1 to go from the starter stand. We're going to shut the lights off. White, Harris, Stake, Albright, and Gideon top 5. Kirk, Hazel, Jackson, Crabtree, Cook, your top 10. Goddard, Lafferty, Gerber, Betts, and Myers rounds out the rest of the field down into turn number 3 with our race leader out of 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Now we're going to go down to the 1 and 2 single file style. Everybody's going to make it through clean and clear as we're going to go down the back stretch and into 3. Chris Jackson going to be the man on the move as he's trying to hustle and bustle back to the front of the field. Right now, Robert White going to be your race leader. Rex Harris, Michael Stake about to be battling out for that number 2 and 3 spot. Luke Gideon, Jeff Albright going at it. Uh-oh, Brian Cook's got issues as he kind of was off the power coming out of turn 2. Going to let Cody Crabtree come around. And Jeremy Hazel going to hold on to his position here. It is White, Harris, Stake, Albright, and Gideon still your top 5. Kirk and Jackson are going to be 6 and 7. Hazel, Crabtree, and Cook going to be your top 10. As Jackson had a little bit of trouble there at the start of the race, had to go tailback. Now he's on the attack, on the hunt, and on the prowl as he's going to be trying to get around the 55 of Terry Kirk. Right now, your race leader, the man with the plan, going to be the 5 of Robert White. Oh, Myers trying to slice and dice coming up as he just made a charging move in front of the 07 of Jordan Goddard. Uh-oh, Gerber goes around coming out of turn 4, making it caution number 28 of the night. Caution number 28 of the night. Hazel, Cook, and Crabtree round out your top 10 out of turn number 4. Green flags up and out and in the air. 5 down, 10 to go. Jackson trying to get something moving around the top side of the speedway as they're going to go down the back stretch and into turn 3. Robert White, your race leader, going to come out of turn 4. Look at this. Kirk up and around Gideon. Now Jackson's around Gideon. Jackson up into the number 6 spot. Kirk up into the top 5 as they're going to go down out of 2 down the back stretch. It is still Robert White, your race leader. Rex Harris, Michael Stake, Jeff Albright. Your top 4. Terry Kirk going to be sitting in 5th, but look at this. Jackson trying to get something moving up on the top side. Not going to get it to stick. As Jackson just trying to beg to get down to that bottom side of the speedway where he's comfortable. Brian Myers getting held up by Crabtree and Cook. Out front, it is still Robert White, your race leader. Jackson now up into the top 5 by a hair of a nose. Now he's trying to get up and around the 86 there of Jeff Albright. As Jackson's finally found some room. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow is out for the 68 of Donnie Betts. Donnie Betts taking a trip on the tilt-a-whirl, coming out of tricky turn 2. 9 laps down, 6 to go for your Power Eye B-Mod. All right, we're going to do the single file restart again. That's about the only way we can get these guys rolling around this speedway. Robert White going to lead them on down into turn number 3. Out of 4, green flag, 6 laps to go. Rex Harris going to go to the back bumper, but Robert White down the back stretch and into 3. Albright to the back bumper of Stake. Kirk to the back bumper of Albright. Jackson going to take the road less traveled as he's going to be up into the top 5. Jackson found something on the middle line of the speedway. Albright not going to give it up. We're going to go down into 3 and 4. Robert White, still your race leader. And Jackson nose to nose with Albright across the line. Look at this. Jackson's got the run into number 4 spot. Now he's going to try to pick off the 51 of Michael Stake. As we got a little bit of snakes and sparklers going down the back stretch. Robert White still your leader. Rex Harris, Michael Stake, Chris Jackson, Jeff Albright, your top 5. As we're single file through the entire field. Brian Cook trying to hold on as the 16 of Brian Myers right there. The 2 Bryans going to battle it out. Chris Jackson in the 3rd. Now he's got to run down your race leaders. coming out of turn number 4. Going to see the white, yellow, yellow, yellow. Going to see the yellow. The 14C of Cody Crabtree going to bring out another caution. Caution number 30 of the night. Caution number 30 of the night for the 14C of Cody Crabtree. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. Robert White going to lead them on down the back stretch and into turn 3, out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Chris Jackson going to give her all she's got to try to take home a win tonight in the new car. Down the back stretch, they're going to go into 3. Robert White down on the bottom side, out of turn number 4. Going to see the doctor's jacket. It's make it or break it. Rex Harris going to hold on to that number 2 spot over the 65 of Chris Jackson. As we're going to go down through 1 and 2. Coming out of turn number 4. Going to see the checkered flag for the 5 of Robert White. Rex Harris, Chris Jackson, your top 3. Ladies and gentlemen, down there in Lazy Lee's one stop number 4, Victory Lane. Make some noise for the 5 of Robert White. Up next, going to be your Power Eye Pure Stock Pandemonium race. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just give it time. We got our official pace car of the night, the I Love Hot Moms limo. And here's how the lineup's going to go. On the pole, going to be the 14 of Derek Davis. And to his outside, the 21M of Peyton McDowell. Row number 2 going to be the 24 of Trevor Ellingson and the 23 of Mark Simon. Row 3 on the inside going to be the 32 of Richard Adams and the 174 of Derek Lampy on the outside. Row number 4 going to be the 21 of Carson Groniger and to his outside the 25 of Aaron Ricks. Row 5 going to be the 19 of Trenton Houston and to his outside the 0 of James Reedus. Row number 6 going to be the N42 of Chad Nivens and his outside the 9 of Mike Percy. Row 7 going to be the 4G of Shane Headley and the 71 of Chris Tonoli. Row number 8 you got the 5 of Justin McDowell and the 18 of Dalton Bell. And your 9th and final row going to be the 12 of Greg Dykstra. All right, race fans, here we go. Never mind, just kidding. I was excited. So we're getting word that we have a car. So I believe we have a slight issue, but nothing. So we thought we had a car leaking fluid out on the track, but it appears that nada. Derek Davis, Peyton McDowell on the front row. Trevor Ellingson, Mark Simon going to be row number 2. Richard Adams, Derek Lampy, row number 3. That's your top 6, ladies and gentlemen, followed in by Carson Groniger, Aaron Ricks, Trenton Houston, and James Reed is going to be your top 10. Lights are off. We're going to get the one to go from the starter stand. Good to see all the cars that had issues in the heat races able to make it back out here. 15 laps the distance for with 17 cars. So down the back stretch, we're going to go fill the work on into turn number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Pure Stock Pandemonium. Down to the 1 and 2, we're going to rock and roll as everybody's going to make it through clean and clear down the back stretch and into 3. Peyton McDowell's going to lead the field on in. Here comes the 23 of Mark Simon. He's going to be followed by the 174 of Derek Lampy. Tenoli up on the top shelf trying to cook and butt down around the speedway. 4 cars battling for that number 2 spot. 3, almost 4 wide down the back stretch here in the mid-pack. As they come out of turn number 4 with your race leader, the 21M of Peyton McDowell, Mark Simon, Derek Davis, your top 3, Derek Lampy, Trevor Ellingson, going to be your top 5. Carson Groninger going to be sitting out there in 6th. James Reed is now to the bottom side of Groninger, trying to get around. Here comes Tenoli. Tenoli's found something on the top shelf as he is a man on a mission, driving it like he stole it. Tenoli up into the number 6 spot. Mark Simon down to the bottom side of McDowell. And the race for the lead is on. As we're going to come out of turn number 4, it is still going to be McDowell, Simon, Davis, Lampy, Ellingson. Mark Simon's got a good run out of 2 down the back stretch. As he's going to have to get on the brake a little harder down on the bottom side of the speedway. And it is still McDowell. Uh-oh, yellow, yellow, yellow. Caution number 31 of the night, ladies and gentlemen, as that looks like the 18 of Dalton Bell. And they are calling for the tow truck. Not sure what happened. Green flag going to be in the air as we're going to be flying down the front stretch and into 1 and 2. Oh, Mark Simon got a little sideways. Lampy goes up the hill. He'll get saved by the 24 of Ellingson. As we're going to go down the back stretch and into 3, the 21M of Peyton McDowell, still your race leader, coming out of turn number 4. Mark Simon trying to find a line down around the bottom side in front of McDowell. Oh, look out, Lampy and Davis almost got together. Kristen only going to make it a 3-car battle for that number 4 spot. As Ellingson, Lampy still door to door. Mark Simon still all over the back bumper there of Peyton McDowell. Derek Davis holds on to 3rd. Derek Lampy and Trevor Ellingson still going at it, duking it out like 2 prize fighters. Carson Groninger up into 5th, holding his own against the 71 of Chris. Oh, Tenoli kind of kisses the front stretch wall. James Reed is going to be up there now to the bottom side of Tenoli. As Simon going to swap it up, we're going to go to the top side of the speedway out of turn 4. You got a new race leader. The 23 of Mark Simon. Mark Simon will go back to the bottom side of the speedway, play some defense here. And Derek Davis is going to be sitting in 3rd. Derek Lampy, Trevor Ellingson, Carson Groninger in 5th. Tenoli 6th, Reedus 7th. Trenton Houston going to be there in the mix as well. Now McDowell going to go top side, try to get that line. Yellow, 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 yellow. Another caution coming out for the 4G of Shane Headley over here as he's facing the wrong direction in turn 2. Ten down, 5 to go. Delaware double file restart. Mark Simon going to be out front. Peyton McDowell going to switch it up and go to the top shelf. Going to put Derek Davis in the 14 down. Derek Lampy, Trevor Ellingson going to be your top 5 as we got 5 laps remaining. Into 3 out of turn 4. Oh, contact with your race leader. As we're going to stay clean and green. 3 wide back here in the mid-pack as Trenton Houston on a rail, trying to get up and around, up into the top spots as it is still Mark Simon. Oh, Shane Headley again in the 4G, but he's going to spin it around like a madman and park it. So that is 2 cautions brought on by the 4G. So he will go pit side due to the rules. So Shane Headley's going pit side. His night is done. Tough break for him. So as we get these guys lined back up in the correct order, Simon says, you go behind 0. Hey, Simon says, you go behind 0. Okay, it's a childhood game. We've all played it. I had to. His real name, his name's Simon, so I had to. It's fun. So we got them stacked back up in the correct order. Mark Simon's your race leader. Peyton McDowell, second. Derek Davis, Trevor Ellingson, James Reedus, Derek Lampy, Trenton Houston, Chris Tenoli, Carson Groniger, Richard Adams, Chad Nivens, Justin McDowell, Greg Dykstra, Aaron Ricks, Mike Piercy. That is how the field is lined out. As we feel the work on down into turn 3, coming out of turn number 4, green flag going to be in the air. Down to the 1 and 2, we're going to hustle on in. Oh, Lampy goes around. And he's going to Simon. Here we go. We're still clean and green as Mark Simon's your race leader. Peyton McDowell trying to get up on the top side of the speedway. And Derek Lampy's going to stop right there on the track. Lights are off. We're going to try it again. Mark Simon's going to lead them on down into turn 3. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, look at this. Trevor Ellingson going to hold on to that number 3 spot as they're going to be 3 wide for third. 2 laps remaining for the 23 of Mark Simon. Down the back stretch, we're going to go. It's still a 4-5 car battle. Oh, look how Trenton Houston got pushed up top. White flag wanting to go. Down out of 2, down the back stretch. They're going to go for the final time in this heat race. Mark Simon leads them in, coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. The 23 of Mark Simon, Peyton McDowell, Trevor Ellingson, 1, 2, and 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, down there in Lazy Lee's one stop number 4 victory lane. You're going to have to make some noise for your pet, your Power Eye Pure Stock Pandemonium feature winner as he climbs out of that hot rod. Make some noise for the 23 of Big Daddy Mark Simon. We're going to bring all the cars out onto the track. $30 laps going to be the distance. We have a little special treat in store for you folks. So as we roll in the moisture, set down by track owner Clint Gann. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of the greatest spectacles in all of dirt track racing. The best Midwest mod drivers in the land are going to go 4 wide. We're going to leave the pole position open in honor of Bill Ragland. So in honor of him, we're going to leave it open. We got fireworks, we got modifieds. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the best Midwest mountain drivers in the area is going to go 4 wide to salute you and thank you for your attendance this evening. So if you could please stand and make enough noise for the drivers to hear you over the rumble of their engines. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are off. 30 laps the distance. As we're going to be green flag out of turn number 4, and we're going to turn these fire-breathing dragons loose for 30 laps. Newell, Cudunston on the front row. Simon Wynn, row number 2. Out of turn 4, it's showtime. Everybody's going to be through 1 and 2 clean and clear as we're going to be down the back stretch and into 3 and 4. Lap 1 going to Tyler Cudunston. Look out, Brookshire's around. Yellow, 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 yellow. So the double OT of Trenton Brookshire are going to bring it around, bringing out the first caution of this race. The 35th caution of the night. Here's how it's lined up. Tyler Cudunston on that pole. J.C. Newell, Trent Wynn, 1, 2, and 3. Mark Simon, Zach Willis. Going to be your top 5. Pete Richardson, Derek Cook. Going to be 6 and 7. Oakley, Ragland, Ian Morissette, 8 and 9. Out of turn 4. Green flag. Going to be back in the air. 1 down, 29 circuits remaining. Down through 1 and 2, everybody's gonna make it out clean and clear. Down to 3, our leaders go. Out of turn number 4, lap 2 goes, oh, look out. Geller went around, Williams straightened him up, and Williams is missing half of his car. Are you trying to be like Ryan Smythe, aren't you? And Roberts goes around, and yellow, 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 yellow. All right, here we go. Single file restart. No pass until the green flag comes out. Out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Yellow, 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 yellow. Back it down, gentlemen. Back it down. Race fans, we got them all lined back up in the correct starting positions. Tyler Cadunston going to be row number 1 by himself. JC Newell, Trent Wynn, Mark Simon, Pete Richardson up into the top 5. Look at this. Oakley Ragland going to be sitting in that number 6 spot. Zach Willis, Derek Cook, Ian Morissette, Dayton Newell, Adriel Shepard, Terry Williams, Darren Berg, Shannon Geller, Brayton Connor, Matt Brookshire, Wesley Briggs, Trenton Brookshire, Dalton Roberts, and Ryan Smythe with his half a car. Into 3 coming out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be back in the air. $1,515 on the line. These drivers are hungry as they're going to go down the back stretch. Oh, look out. Wesley Briggs goes around. Dalton Roberts, Trenton Brookshire capitalizes and collects them. Lights are off. Single file restart again. Tyler Cadunston, your leader. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, Trent Wynn up underneath the backside of Newell. Now Simon's going to capitalize as Simon's going to be down to the bottom side of Trent Wynn. Simon going to slide it up. It is all the 8K right now. Simon into 3rd. Trent Wynn's going to go back down to the bottom side trying to push his way up into 3rd. Out of turn 4, Tyler Cadunston, your race leader. JC Newell 2nd, Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, Pete Richardson, your top 5. Oakley Ragland all over the back bumper of Richardson. As we're going to come out of turn number 4, we are single file, 1st through 8th. Dayton Newell, Ian Morissette battle out for 9th and 10th. Now Simon down underneath Newell. As Simon going to slide into that number 2 spot. He's going to try to double up and get 2 feature wins in one night. Or does the 8K have too big a lead? Trent Wynn now trying to get around down to the bottom side to get around JC Newell. Pete Richardson going to be there as well. Great racing all the way around the track as you got lap traffic about to become an issue, or well, a lap car about to become an issue. The 83 of Ryan Smythe, he had a rough B feature, but he secured his spot in tonight's main event. And we're going to come out of turn number 4. Your leader, the 8K, Tyler Cadunston. Mark Simon slowly. Oh, Smythe spins. Yellow, 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 yellow. But like I said earlier, he had a rough B feature, but he still secured that spot in tonight's main event. Single file restart. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag with 20 more laps to go. Tyler Cadutston on the front row. Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, your top 3. JC Newell, Pete Richardson, top 5. Ragland, Cook, Willis, Newell, and Williams round out your top 10 as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag going to be in the air. Oh, Simon. Oh, look out. Dalton Roberts goes around. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Here we go. 1 to go from the starter stand. We got 10 laps down, 20 laps to go. Lights are off. Can Tyler Cadunston hold on for 20 more laps, or will Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, JC Newell, Pete Richardson, or Oakley Ragland squeeze up in there and take away the win? Green flag going to be in the air. As we're going to... Whoa, we got a parking lot. We got a parking lot down here coming out of turn number 4. All right, now that we got the parking lot cleared out, we're going to single them up bumper to bumper. Tyler Cadutston on the front row, Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, JC Newell, Pete Richardson, your top 5. Oakley Ragland, Derek Cook, Braden Connor, Matt Brookshire, and Adriel Shepard, your top 10. Darren Burt, Wesley Briggs, Trenton Brookshire, Dayton Newell, Zach Willis, Shannon Geller, and bringing up the rear, Ryan Never Quit Smythe. Lights are off, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Single file restart, 20 laps remaining. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. All right, we're going to be down the front stretch, clean and clear. They're going to come through for 1 and 2. Everybody clean and clear as we come out of turn number 4. We got 11 down. Pete Richardson now down to the bottom side of JC Newell. Your top 3 are going to be single file. Richardson gets up in front of Newell. Oakley Ragland going to try to follow Pete Richardson around the track. Derek Cook, Geller down into the infield. As we come out of turn 4 with your race leader, the 8K of Tyler Cadutston. Mark Simon's right there. Trent Wynn, Richardson, Newell, Ragland, Cook, Connor, Brookshire. 3 wide back here in the middle of the back of the pack. After 3 wide through 1 and 2 at the end of the pack here. Tyler Cadutston trying to take home that $1,500 payday. They're going to come out of turn number 4. You're going to be 15 down, 15 to go, halfway home, as Darren Burt pulls down into the infield. Darren Burt off the power in the infield. Out of turn 4, Tyler Cadutston, your race leader. Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, Richardson. Newell holds on to 5th, but Ragland's all over the back bumper. Derek Cook, oh my goodness, Derek Cook brought it up on 2 wheels. Matt Brookshire, Brayton Connor. Dayton Newell stuck back there trying to find a line to get around the 55, Adriel Shepard. As we got green flag racing now. Mark Simon unable to find some running room here as Tyler Cadutston's got it set on kill. He's on cruise control. Trent Wynn holds on to 3rd. Pete Richardson 4th. Right now Newell's holding on to that number 5 spot. But he's got Oakley Ragland right there in 6th. And then you got a cluster of them. Dual Brookshire finally to get around the 55 of Adriel Shepherd. Bumper, then he kind of bobbled it coming out of turn 2. Lap traffic is about to become an issue as you've got 4 cars about to have company as Tyler Kadustin, Mark Simon, Trent Wynn, Richardson, they're coming to call. Adriel Shepherd's going to be the first one they get to as they're going to come out of turn number 4. Adriel Shepherd down on the bottom side of the speedway. Caduceus going to be down there as well. Shepherd going to slide it up. Caduceus try to capitalize, get down around the bottom. Oakley Ragland back here in 6th, still trying to get up and around the 83 of J.C. Newell. Mark Simons closed the gap on your race leader. Come out of turn 4. Trenton Brookshire going to be the next lap car they see, and he's running almost the exact same line as your leader. Now Christian, I keep messing up on his name because of the car. Trent Wynn was to the back bumper there of Mark Simon. And we're going to come out of turn number 4. It is still all the 8K been in charge since the drop of green and hasn't looked back. They're going to go. Mark Simon still sitting in 2nd. Tyler Kadustin in 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, as they come out of turn 4, you're going to see 2 to go. 2 more trips around for the 2nd annual Bill Ragland Memorial. $1,500. Mark Simon's got to run down the back stretch. They're going to be door to door going into 3 and 4. Now to turn number 4-ish. Checkers or wreckers time. Mark Simon to the race lead. Mark Simon waited patiently. Now to turn 2 down the back stretch. Simon's going to get a big run. Caduceus going to be blocked by Newell coming out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag. The 23 of Mark Simon. Tyler Caduceus, Trent Wynn, your race leader. All right, ladies and gentlemen, down there in Lazy Lee's one-stop number 4, victory lane for the 2nd time tonight, Big Daddy Mark Simon.